This video is for my friend Brian. He watched some of the sun salutations and says, Kara, my body just doesn't go like that. So this is for him. First of all, I want you to tell you I'm just like your wife. Do as I say, not as I do. Secondly, all the Beachbody videos have a modifier in them on 21 Day Fix. It's cat, so just follow cat. And in the meantime, here's some modifications for you. Sun salutations start in mountain pose, inhale up, and then swan dive into a forward fold. Now your forward fold might look different. Your hands might not come down to the mat at all, and that's perfectly fine. Just round through the spine, make sure your weight is centered over the arches of your feet, and just hang your arms. Let all the tension out of your arms. The other thing that might be different is if there's a lot of strain in the backs of your legs, keep your legs bent a little bit. So your forward fold might look like this, and that's perfect. Next thing, obviously you come to flat back or a half lift, back down, step out to plank. When you're in plank, roll backs on the balls of your feet a little bit more than you think you should. What that does is it takes some of the strain off of the arms and shoulders by letting the lower body engage in some of the work. You're going to lower down to chaturanga and hover. This is also called crocodile pose. So your arms are bent at a pretty much a 90-degree angle. When you do that, when you're in plank, you can lower to your knees if you want, and then stay on your knees to chaturanga down. I truly believe that you can plank, okay? So I'm going to try it from my toes. And then when you chaturanga, let your belly come all the way down to the floor. And then instead of coming to upward facing dog, you're just going to lift into cobra. So keeping your legs zipped together and on the mat, just lift your chest and your hands up and then release them down into downward facing dog. And again, downward facing dog, your legs can be bent a little bit like this. Just press through the heels, try and get them a little bit closer to the mat. And every time you do this, you're going to get a little more flexible, and maybe you might end up looking like this, okay? At first you're going to look like this, and that's perfect. So let me try it one time through. Here's how Autumn's going to look. She's going to inhale up, exhale, half lift. She's going to come out to plank, chaturanga. She's going to lengthen through the lower back into upward facing dog. Shift back to downward facing dog. Here's where you're going to be. Inhale up, swan dive to forward fold, bend at the knees, round through the back. Step back to plank. You're going to chaturanga, come down to your belly, cobra, down, and if you don't want to do the down dog, you can always come back to child's pose. I hope that gives you enough to work on. See ya.